Hi. Hello. It's me, the local virtual baker, Saltea Kichee. Hi. Ah. Ahem. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, 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 hello. It's time. It's time to do stuff and things. It's time to do some cooking, if you will. Yeah, we're cooking. We're doing food again today. What was the thing? What was the last stream we did, actually? I can't remember. So today's what is it? What's today? Is today Monday? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Ah, okay. Yeah, so the last time we streamed was 2 days ago. It was omurice. Alright. Yeah, we're doing eclairs and cream puffs today, so that's gonna be a grand old fun old daily-o thing today. Been doing a lot of stuff, been doing a lot of cooking and stuff at my own time, my own hours, if you will. What is it? I don't really have what is it? I don't really have, oh, I do have pictures, actually. Hold on, right. I was doing some stuff, doing some other things, you know, on my own time. I was cooking a lot of stuff. Yesterday I made some pretty cool food that I would love to show you because I'm actually fairly proud of it. But I made myself this. For my meatless Monday meal, I made myself a nice mushroom bolognese with my lasagna I made. So that lasagna, decided to use some mushroom bolognese instead of my actual bolognese because I'm being stingy and I had to use my mushrooms for something. So yeah, I actually still have a bit of mushroom bolognese left. I'm not exactly sure what to do with it exactly, but I'm probably gonna just make some pasta, do some mushroom bolognese and stuff like that. So alright, cool. I just had to really quickly, what is it? I really quickly had to look over my, what is it? My recipe that I'm using. This recipe, what is it? Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Oh, I don't remember what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the cream puffs. The cream puffs that I am, making. The pate de choux. It's a recipe that I actually used to follow from my culinary school days, and it's a pretty solid recipe. It's pretty good. Nothing crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be too crazy. Just gotta make sure I have the recipe somewhere. Ah, here it is. Yeah, it's a very simplistic recipe. Nothing crazy. It's butter, egg, salt, flour, and water. Yeah, you could use milk. You could use milk if you wanted to. I honestly might sub out a lot of things for milk because I can. But it's a very simplistic kind of very simple kind of recipe. Very easy to follow. So yeah. I'm just a little worried because I had made pate de choux in my, I guess, at home before. But the big thing about making pate de choux, it's not really the technique. It's not really this. It's not really that. The thing that makes good pate de choux, the thing that makes good eclairs and cream puffs and stuff like that, it's actually the oven. I really don't know how to explain it. Hold on. Let me just like take a second here. I'm like sleepy. I don't know why I'm sleepy today, but oh my goodness, I'm so sleepy. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, making just good eclairs. It's really about the oven, because you need to make sure that your dough can, not dough, yeah, your oven can retain a lot of the steam from the dough we make. So yeah. Ugh, jeez, I'm so sleepy. But yeah, I have made this back at my, I guess, home a few times. I've made this in a better oven than what I have currently, and it works. But that oven that I'm talking about, referring to, is a lot more modern. It's a lot more, I guess, airtight in a way. While the oven I have is very old. It's a granny oven, so it's very old-fashioned in that manner. Very old-fashioned, very old. Gets the job done, don't get me wrong, but it could be a lot better, no? So yeah. Bled's tired. I'm tired. Blah, 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 blah. So, I guess let's just get on to the stream today. Yeah, I've been stalling enough for already, you know? So let's get to the kitchen now, and I can start bickering and, not bickering, but complaining and stuff then, yeah? Alright. Okay. Here we are, into the kitchen. Okay, I just make sure I move a few things around. Alright. Here, come here. Oh, yeah, I also gotta make sure I change the filter here. There we go. Alright. Hopefully that works. I'm not sure if it is. Okay, there we go. All set. Ready to go. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised because this recipe is something I've made quite a handful of times. And on these occasions I have made this recipe before, I kind of have it to memory at this point. I make this thing fairly. I used to not make that. It's a fairly simple and straightforward kind of recipe. It's it really is brainless. But yeah. Hold on, I'm just trying to get through. Hi Mahler, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Ugh. Sorry, I gotta raise this up a bit. And speaking of things to raise, I should definitely raise up my racks here too. If I intend on making a good eclair and cream puff, I don't want them to be burnt on the bottom. Alright. So, make sure you grab some snacks today. I got some chips here, and get ready. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do some things. It's gonna be a really interesting kind of baking stream. Just due solely to the fact that this is not bread for one thing. Well, it's not like your yeasted bread and whatnot, you know? That, and I do 100% think that this is gonna be more of a just chatting stream. Just because something like this, I don't know. It's very simple. It's good. It's easy to wrap your head around it at very least. So. Alright. Enough playing around. So. You'll find this recipe to be very interesting. Because you can either use milk or water. There's really no choice here. I mean, there's really no difference here, in all honesty. I remember being told about this, like, oh yeah, we could substitute this out for milk, but it's just easier to do it with water because water doesn't really cost as much in comparison to milk, which was the only thing they really said about this. But you see, I want to get rid of my milk because it's not that it's getting old, but to be honest, it is just getting old, so I want to get rid of it. So, in a sauce pot, I'm going to get a cup of flour, and then a cup of milk, 4 ounces of butter, which is usually 4 ounces of butter. If you know your basic math when it comes to if you know your basic stuff when it comes to being in the kitchen, usually a stick of butter will be 4 ounces. So, yep, net worth of 4 ounces. So, no measurement required here. And you just kind of... Oh, wait, I think I just messed this up. Oh yeah, I already just messed this up. Alright, hold on. I'm a very smart lad, alright? Okay. Let's try it again. So, put 1 stick of okay, I'm so glad that I actually decided to measure this now. But so, let me try and redo this. So, in a thing, put in a cup of milk or water, depending on what you want to use. 1 stick of butter. A little bit of salt. You're not going to need much, just like a little small pinch, maybe around a teaspoon's worth, 1/4 of a teaspoon, whatever you like, really. I like being a little generous with it, so I put in a little bit more. Okay. And that's it. Now we gotta wait for this to melt. Hi, Bush. Hi there, Bushy Bush. How are you doing today? I'm actually kind of surprised. Maybe just due to me not remembering this recipe. But I could have sworn that this recipe would need some sugar in it. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but hey. It has been quite some time since I last made a good cream puff, so maybe I'm just unfamiliar. Unfamiliar. Yeah, okay. They're just kind of waiting for this to melt at this point. There's nothing silly, there's nothing crazy we're trying to do here. We're just letting this thing melt down. I'm full of water because I forgot to stop chugging a bottle of water I was drinking. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Drinking water is good, so like I don't think you're doing anything bad. Just drinking water is great. Just don't drink too much, I guess. Don't drown. There's no such thing as too much water, really. Well, there is, called drowning, but you're fine. Okay. You know, I was thinking about this, and I gotta write it down before, like, I end streamer. Not before, but, like, I gotta write this down, because I gotta make sure that I buy some new, not kitchenware? Kitchenware. Because although this isn't mandatory for this, this recipe, it would be nicer to do this in, like, a stainless steel pot than a non-stick pot like this. Just because using a non-stick, it won't stick to the bottom. But a good way to tell when this is actually done cooking is when it actually starts to stick to the bottom. But there's other ways to tell when this thing is cooked, but I can help you explain that, but it's simple. It's really easy. Anyways, look at that. Our butter is now melted. That whole stick of butter, gone. So now, we're gonna put in our cup of flour, and we're just gonna be kind of cooking. We're just gonna be kind of just mixing this around. This is a very weird dough, in the sense that we're cooking it now. We are mixing it too at the same time, but yeah. Now I'm just gonna be mixing this in the pot here, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep it vigorously moving in the pot. This dough, not gonna lie, it smells horrible. This is not a dough that's really notorious for smelling good and whatnot. It's very good, it's very tasty, but not really one to actually start smelling good either. So if you ever make this, if you were to make this and like, oh man, this kind of smells wacky, it's kind of normal. Now granted, it shouldn't smell rotten, it just smells weird. Because essentially you're cooking flour, milk, and butter into a paste like this. Okay, I'll chug a few more bottles. Good, good. Drink some water. Drinking water, good. My arm's tired. My arm's tired already. Jeez, pathetic. Okay, so I'm gonna be real. There's only usually two ways to figure out when this thing is finished cooking. The smell, and there's usually a thing to where if you're cooking this in like a stainless steel pot and it starts sticking to the bottom, there should be this like very thin sort of film that appears when you start cooking this in the pan. Usually you want to cook this for like maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, but it's not really hard. It's weird. I never really figured out how to tell when this thing is completely done. The thing that makes this kind of hard, honestly, is what is it? Is when you start adding egg and whatnot. That's when it gets a little bit more difficult. And this is also equally as difficult because I just don't know when it's like, oh, the dough is done cooking and whatnot. That I'm also kind of thinking. I'm not sure if you're trying to develop gluten while doing this too, because although there isn't much gluten development in mind, it's still a bit of an idea, a factor. I'm not sure if it even is that much of a factor. Speaking of, to be 100%, I'm not sure how the science, I guess. I'm not really sure how you actually make good eclairs. Oh, to make a good eclair, you want to make sure that you do this, and make sure you cook it for such a specific amount of time, so then this, and that, and that, and this happens. I don't know any secrets when it comes to making pate choux. I'm just kind of going off a basic rough memory of a class I took when I was in, when I was in college, like a few years back. So, we'll see. Am I hogwash? Am I washed up as a baker? Maybe. So, we're gonna figure it out today. What food has been the most of a workout to make? Okay. That's a good question, but it's like, I would say the most difficult thing to make is actually bread. But that also means that's without the inclusion of a mixer. Now let's say you have a mixer, yeah? You have a mixer, bread is one of the easiest things to make because you just let the mixer do all the work and you're kind of watching at a distance. While, what is it? So yeah, the mixer does save you a lot of labor in that sense. But if you're talking about like everything has a mixer, like let's say you have the right equipment like a mixer and whatnot, bread's probably the easiest thing to do. Pasta might be more difficult, if not the same. So there's that with pasta. Even if you have a mixer, you still gotta roll it out, this and that, so there's a lot more labor. It makes it a lot more a workout. It also really depends on, like, you know, how much are you making, you know? That's also a big factor. How much you're making, what are you making, this and that, you know? Okay, so a good way to tell when this pate choux is actually starting to get cooked is that if you start smelling it and it becomes very aromatic, I'm not sure if that's the right word to use, but if you just start smelling it and it smells like, for lack of a better word, if it starts smelling like cooked pie dough, then you're pretty much there. I'm not so sure about consistency. I bet there's a bit more of a logical sense when it comes to that. But for me, in my non-logical sense, that's cooked. That's ready to go. Alright. But that question that you asked about what's the most labor in, what's the most of a workout? What food has been the most of a workout to make? I honestly don't have a good answer for you. I don't know. I don't really see food as being hard or like something to make you really work out or whatnot. So I don't really see food as a workout in that regard. It's very simple. Food is very easy in my head. It's never hard. If anything, you mess up and go like, oh, whatever, what else? Live and learn. You made a mistake in this and that, and that's the end of it. It's usually how I think about it. But other than that, I don't really feel worked up or have like an extreme workout because of food. And if anything, it really is just bread. Just because bread is kind of heavy, you gotta shape it, this and that, measuring correctly, so I guess bread, but... I was gonna argue and say maybe butchering. Butchering is a very hard thing to do, which it probably most likely is. It's just unfortunately with, what is it? Not unfortunately, for, what is it? I don't know what the book I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, butchering. I don't really have much experience with it. I mean, I've butchered chickens on stream so many times at this point, so I'm very, you know, used to butchering chicken. I've never actually butchered, like, let's say, a pig or like a whole cow even. But I imagine that would probably be much more of an intense workout than anything. Just because not only are you picking up like a really like more than 100-pound piece of meat or whatnot, but also trying to make sure that you're, also trying to cut through bone and all that. So maybe that would probably be the most workout to do, butchering. Alright. So, there's two ways we can go around with doing this part. Because this is a part that a lot of people can mess up in. And this is a part that a lot of people can mess up in. I have personally never really messed up with this just because I guess I beat it really hard. But right now I'm trying to actually cool off the dough. I'm feeling it right now, and like I'm able to touch it with my finger like completely fine. See? It still burns. It's hot, but it's not enough to where I'm gonna be really too hurt by it, I guess. Either way around it. Now I gotta get to the next part of this whole thing. I need eggs. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 eggs. Hold on, wait. I just wanna really quickly. There we go. Don't mind me. Yep. Okay, so this next part is very hard, just because you don't want an egg to scramble, so you gotta really like beat the hell out of it. But yeah. Of course he is. He is rich, real. Oh man, if I was rich. Actually, no, I don't know what would happen if I was rich. But I don't think good things at the very least. Alright. I'm not sure if this is a crazy thing to say, but like I'm happy I'm not rich. I'm happy that I'm living paycheck to paycheck. In my head, I feel like if I wasn't brought up like this, I think I'd be a very spoiled brat. In fact, I still think of myself as a very spoiled brat, you know? Alright, another egg. You always want to do this when you do this, you want to add 1 egg at a time. Just because if you add, I don't know, you don't always need 5 eggs. You kind of are just looking for a specific texture here. So, I usually go 1 egg at a time. Usually 4 eggs is a good number, but we'll see. And also, this is a lot easier doing it in a mixer. But, for some reason, I really like doing this by hand. This is a fun part to do by hand. Okay. So essentially, you're mixing the egg in every single time, but the moment it starts to break apart, like this, see? That's what, I'm going to wait to add my next egg, until it all starts to come together. So, even though it's still broken apart, I'm not going to add my next egg yet. I'm going to keep mixing it until it all becomes back into one sort of dough here. My arm's tired. Not used to this motion. So, right now, it's now one big dough again. So now this is where I can add my egg again. Oh. An egg, but no eggshell. Jeez. Oneself. Alright. So, wait, what was I talking? I'm not sure if I finished my thought, but when it comes to, I guess, having money and stuff, I'm kind of happy I don't have a lot of money, in the sense that I have enough money to get by, and that's all that really matters in my head. It's not like I need a lot of money to survive. And I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful if I did get a lot of money. However, I feel like if I did have a lot of money, I would freeload. there was this YouTube video I was watching. I forgot who made this video, but they were talking about like, oh yeah, you know, I feel like every single person in their life needs to work at least one kind of job in their life, like retail or like something with like customer service, which I kind of believe in. If you ever have a kid or something one day, I feel like that's like the most important thing to do for your child. Making sure that they work as a sort of, what is it? Not community service, but something to do with like hospitality or something like that. Be it working at a McDonald's, okay, maybe not a McDonald's, but like a Subway or a cashier, like retail jobs, you know? Just because I think it teaches, it kind of teaches people that, hey, the job that someone does behind a cashier or whatnot is not exactly the easiest thing. Granted, it can be very easy, but just more or less to try and make a more human interaction, I guess. Make it kind of go like, hey, that's a person behind the cashier, not just some robot yet. Okay. So there's a very interesting way to check if this dough is correctly made. And I can tell you right now that it is not correctly made. Well, not yet. So, you see how it's kind of sticking to my hand like this? Now, if it wasn't breaking apart, that would be more suited to the kind of consistency of the dough we're looking for. But since it's not, I'm just gonna add one more egg. We might need to even add one more egg. I don't know. But we definitely need to add one more egg from this, and we'll see if that's enough. I'm so tired. It definitely does feel a lot more like the dough should be now, at least. I just wish I wasn't such a weak little shrimp. I don't have good stamina. I have good strength. The muscle workout has been helping, but I'm getting tired out. Hold on, I'm gonna wash my hands. Alright. Go eat. You can't make me. I'm not tired. I mean, I am, but I'm not tired enough to go do that. So you can't make me. What are you gonna do? End my stream? You can't do that. You got no power here in that regard. Alright. So, grabbing that in my hand. Oh, we're there, I think. Yeah. So see how it's kind of sticking together in my hand? And it's staying together as one whole thing? Other than gravity, which is kind of being the issue here. Yeah, you kind of want to put your fingers together, and as you can see, if it's just kind of sticky and ribbony and all this sort of stuff like this, that's pretty much a good indicator that, yeah, your pate choux dough is ready to go. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good right there. I gotta get my wacky, weird rubber scraper here. Alright. This is always so weird. It's like, it's not gonna work the way I want it to, but it's gonna work good enough. And there we go. We have our dough for our pate choux, or cream puffs, and eclair dough. I don't know why I'm so intent on calling it pate choux, because yes, that is the correct technical term to call it, but it's like, I don't think anyone who would want to watch this really cares, or at least cares this intensely over it. It's Eclairs though. That's all you need to know. It's dough for Eclairs. And now I gotta wash my hands and tools. So, I'm not sure how. I know I don't really talk about this often, but like, let's say, alright? Let's say you have kids. Let's say if you're a person that has kids and you want to do a baking little thing with them. I feel like this is one of the most fun things to actually bake with children. Just because it's such a fun and sticky. It's such a fun thing to make, really. I don't really know how to explain it other than like, it's sticky, it's fun. It's like, you can make a mess with it, and your kids can make something silly with it. It's fun. It's cool. Something good for the toddlers to do, really. Right. Now I need to get a few things. Okay, I can't remember if I have it in my little utility bag I have, or is it over here? Oh, it is here. Okay. So the thing I need right now are some pastry bags. So, okay. I'm not sure if I showed this tip already, but if you want an easy way to get pastry bags filled, you get a cup that can fill your pastry bag. Then you kind of put the end of the pastry bag on the lips of the cup, and then you put your hand down into it, and then you're gonna have easy access to throw stuff in there. So, let's see here. Let's use this spoon. And I'm just gonna scoop some of it in. So the fun thing about this dough too, I'm not gonna probably do it today, maybe. But another thing you can do with this dough, let's say you're too lazy to make eclairs and whatnot, which is like, I question why you're making this dough, because this is a very high intense dough to make. A very what's the word? Labor-heavy dough to make. So it'd be kind of weird if you got this far to making this dough, but then it's like, yeah, no, I don't feel like baking it, but you felt like frying it for whatever reason. Frying it, if you get like a star tip, or like a really nice tip or something, you can actually fry this, and next thing you know it, you can actually make a churros. Very easy, and that very easy. You can kind of just get this thing through a pastry bag, then squirt it through over top like hot oil. Next thing you know it, you can make yourself real fun churros. You just want to be careful because oil dangerous. But yeah, pretty much that. Okay. It feels kind of fun. This is very fun. I know it doesn't seem like I'm having like the joyous of times, but to be fair, when do I ever seem like I'm having an extremely good time? It's very monotone, inherently very monotone. I found this meme on Twitter. I'll have to post it somewhere, but it kind of represents a lot of like how I feel sometimes. but it's kind of funny because there's a lot of occasions where something like this instance happens, but it's like, hold on. The main basis of the meme was like, I'm having the best day of my life, but there's like an emoticon expressing how, I guess, a monotone the person looks. Almost looking like they look very bored, but the person is actually saying like, oh, this is the best day of my life. Like they're very excited or whatnot. I'm pretty sure that the caption though was saying like, oh, this is the thing of autism or something like that. Now I'm not saying I'm autistic because I'm probably not. But at the same time I can still relate to it because it's kind of funny in the regards of like, yeah, I might not be very excited or something in this regard, but there's a lot of times where it's like, hey, I'm having the best time of my life, and then people will be questioning like, are you actually? It's like, yes, I'm having a grand old time. Such as when it comes to streaming, that's a really good thing. A really good, what's the word? A really good, not indicator, example. A lot of the times I'm really quiet, doing to my own things, not really thinking too hard about it. And it seems like I'm almost very bored. I kind of understand that I seem like I'm very bored when I'm doing this stuff. But it's very, oh. I don't know who's raiding. I'm doing stuff, I'm sorry. Hi, hello raiders. Hold on, I'm doing something really important right now. Making an eclair. Jeez, now I feel like someone's watching me now. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm making eclairs right now. Hello, hello. I am Saltea Kichee, the local virtual baker, and you caught us at a good time. We're making eclairs today, so yeah, welcome in, welcome in. There's only 100,000 of us. Don't worry. It doesn't look like 100,000, so hey, I'm fine. Hi. We've chosen to raid you. Why me? Raid someone else. What? Alright. Sorry. I'm just trying to get these things done. These little eclair boys. I can't actually remember how much they spread, so I'm kind of worried. Like, oh geez, are they going to spread a lot from what I'm putting down, or are they going to be fine? There we go. Alright. Oh hey, Bush, can you shout them out for me? I don't know, I forgot, I can't really get to my desktop right now. I'm at my kitchen. So hey, Bush, could you do me a favor? Could you shout them out for me right now? Thank you. I would declare myself present in the stream. Well, hi there, Drill? Hi, Drill. Hello. Now I'm gonna make a cream puff. A few cream puff shells. So, just going to go in the center and then slowly raise my hand up. There we go. And I'm just going to do a few bits of these. I guess a little thing about this dough, if anyone were to make this, a very important thing about this dough is once you kind of pipe it out, it is going to be very sticky. But if you actually get a little bit of water, it makes your hand not stick to the dough. So I've been doing that this entire time, just kind of pressing it down very lightly with my finger. So then it gets like a nice little even spot there. Pate Choux is a bold stream dish. Respect. You think so? I think Pate Choux is very fun to make. I'm not gonna deny that it's a very difficult thing. But of all the things to make, I think this is kind of the most fun, one of the more simpler and fun things to make. Now, granted, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this correctly because my oven sucks. And if there's something about Pate Choux, if there's something you want, one thing you must have, it's a good oven. So, oh boy, we're going to be doing this together. We're going to be discovering if this was a bad thing to do or not. Okay, so I actually have I have had my oven preheat this entire time, just because I am a very organized lad. Yes, hello. I am going to be my oven's preheated at 425. I'm just going to be getting a little bit of egg wash before these go in. I'm just going to wash them with a bit of egg to make sure they get good color and whatnot. And yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Are you a baker? Yes, I am. Well, it depends on what you mean by that. I am the local virtual baker, yes. Alright. I actually haven't really made these in quite some time. I'm kind of actually interested to see what happens with these guys. I hope they at least puff up a bit. That's like the big thing I'm worried about. Alright. So alright. Let's see. Did I just waste 5 eggs? We're about to find out. So now, into an oven these go. Into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. How's the pastries coming along? Funny that you mentioned that, Sai. We just finished. Well, finished putting the pastries in the oven. Alright. Time for speed to show up. Choux up? I'll give you points for your creativity, though. Oh, also anniversary. 26 months? What's wrong with you? Thank you. Thank you for the sub speed. Thank you. 26 months. What's wrong with you? Thank you. Thank you. You didn't need to do that. Thank you for the sub, though. Oh my god, wait, did you not prime sub? Why? That's a lot of money. I'm not a TV show. Wah. Didn't they raise the gifts? Didn't they raise subs up to like $7 or like $8 now? Like the tier 1 subs? It's a lot of money. I mean, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the stuff, but I'm just worried. You don't need to spend that money on me. Thank you, though. Holy crap, your eyes actually rolled when you said what's wrong with you? You know, sometimes the tracking just hits real... Sometimes the tracking just hits real hard, and the tracking works real good. Alright. So now the question is now, because, you know, if we're making since we're making eclairs and cream puffs, now here's the question of the century. Do we make pastry cream, or do we use whipped cream? What's gonna be our filling now? Jack, can you figure this out for me? Because I'm being really indecisive. I'm gonna start tempering some chocolate. So yeah. I'm doing some really important things right now. I want you guys to figure out the other important things for me because I'm too lazy. I can't think for my own. What do you think? What do you think I can do? Pastry cream sticks to the theme. Alright, I can do pastry cream. Now, you know, I'm really stubborn, as you may or may not know. So I want to try to make this pastry cream without a recipe. Because pastry cream isn't necessarily hard to make. Necessarily hard. Because if I remember correctly, to make a pastry cream you need milk, sugar, vanilla, and you need to make a liaison, which has sugar, egg, and I think cornstarch. Well, that's okay. Well, that's a liaison for pastry cream, but a true liaison doesn't have cornstarch. Not sure. Sorry, I'm just snacking on some chips here. Listen, I have some homemade chips here, and they're actually pretty tasty. They're really good. They're just simple Idaho potatoes sliced and then fried. And I myself, I don't have chips very often. It's very rare that I get chips, but I was really lazy to go buy chips, so I made them instead. Which, I know that sounds weird. I'm too lazy to buy the chips, but I'm not lazy enough to make the chips myself. I don't think really the word lazy is the correct word to use here. But I think it's more or less the word I want to use is that, it's more cost effective, I guess. I don't know. But pastry cream, I can do that. Okay, and also I'm just gonna go out and say, Driel, you're making me want to do a really funny thing here. Because there's a little thing that I could do called giving people the illusion of voice, which is very familiar with me giving people the illusion of voice. And I almost don't want to do that. I almost just don't want to do a pastry cream now. Please! Yeah, as I said, Push is very familiar with this. Alright, tempering chocolate. I don't remember how to do this. I was never a pastry student, but here I am trying to show my worth, I guess. Ugh. Kinda messed Salty, asking us just to pick the opposite. Yeah, maybe a little messed up, but isn't that funnier like that? Isn't that clippable, even? Isn't that the hee-hee ha-ha moments right there? Oh, also, talking about culinary schools and stuff. I do want to talk about that, because I actually was thinking about it. And, you know, I feel like I should tell you some stories and experiences I've had when I was when I was going to college still. Because there's a few funny stories that I actually remembered recently, and I want to share them all with you. One of those things I told to one of my pals recently, and she thought it was really funny. So I'll tell you all too. So it was like freshman year, well, it doesn't really matter what year it was, but. We were we were heading out of the campus, and we were exiting out into a public area. We were heading towards our dorms and whatnot, and I thought, like, oh yeah, okay, I need to go do laundry. So in my head, because I also wanted to be quirky and funny, I kind of blurted out to them, hey, I'll meet you guys ahead. I have to go do my lingerie real quick. Now, I don't know. I didn't. So at the time, I had no idea what lingerie was. I guess because I thought honestly lingerie was just a very funny way of saying laundry. I didn't think that lingerie was actually lingeries. Lingeries? I'm saying it the more literal, spelling of it. Lingries. Lingeries. I always thought that was pronounced as that. Lingeries. You know, not lingerie. So I would very much. So I just kind of blurted that out randomly, like, "Oh, hey guys, I'll meet you ahead. I gotta do lingerie real quick." And they kind of looked at me funny, looking at me if I had like 6 heads or whatnot. And I was confused, and I was trying to question to them, "Why are you looking at me funny? What's wrong? Did I say something bad?" I then got a very thorough explanation of what lingerie actually was. So, yeah. That hurts. Smarts. Hot. Ugh. Forgot. I should wear my mitt. It's fine. It's not like I haven't burned myself before. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, wow, look at that. Ooh, I feel that. Yeesh. Well, who cares? Anyways, that was a funny thing. Anyways, despite that, ooh, that's kind of painful. Ooh. Man. All right. So, anyways, I'm just gonna. Jeez, that hurts. Smarts. Okay, I'm just gonna put butter in this. I'm making a chocolate sauce now. Wah. I hurt myself. Ooh. Well, actually, I'm not really making a chocolate sauce. It's more of a ow, God, ow. It actually hurts. Okay, I gotta get some water. I might have a burnt hand. I might have just given myself a good 1st or 2nd degree. But that's not going to stop me from making this ganache now. No, I'm stubborn. Are you winning, Salty? Pepper, I burned myself. Pepper. First of all, hi, Pepper. Second of all, Pepper, I burned myself really badly. Remember when Nick was doing a stream and she burned herself? I burned myself a lot worse than her. My hand hurts now. So right now I'm having my hand run underwater as I'm making this chocolate sauce. I'm multitasking. I'm chocolate maxing, if you will. Ow. Jeez. Alright, anyways. I think I might actually add a bit of cream to this just to make it a little bit more wet. But yeah, anyways, that was my funny lingerie story. That's how I found out what the word lingerie was. And also, I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt onto my wounds because it just makes it more funny. When I was saying this, a lot of people were outside the area at the time, the public area. So people were looking at me and thinking like, "Oh, what? He has lingeries?" Yeah, I embarrassed myself pretty good then. I can't unforget it, but luckily I don't hang out around those people anymore, so haha. They can't remind me if they don't exist anymore, yes. Oh yeah, this chocolate is poorly tempered, by the way. Oh jeez, I'm not good at tempering chocolate. This probably isn't really supposed to be chocolate meant for melting either. You're such a professional, I would have forgotten the chocolate. Listen, I have a standard, and it doesn't matter if I burn the heck out of my hand right now. The hand does not matter. What matters more is the chocolate. I think I add more butter. Yeah, but I forgot that this bowl was hot. You know, bowl over boiling hot water. Yeah, it's gonna be warm. It's gonna be a little spicy for my little baby hands. But oh geez, that was a pretty rough burn. Ouchies. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can even see it. Oh geez, it hurts. I'm gonna lose feeling there. About time. Jeez. I wonder if I should add cream to this. I want this to be very wet, and it's not very wet. I don't want to add water, because water is not really going to be a good choice here, but... I'll add, cream. Make it more into a chocolate sauce now. Yes, now we're getting into the territory of chocolate sauce. It was more of a ganache because we used butter, but now that I'm using cream, it's now actually like a chocolate sauce, more or less. Yes, I'm very good at tempering chocolate, as you can see. Wow. Oh, there we go, that's good. That's saucy enough, that's chocolate saucy enough. Joke's on them. Now, only you have to remember that embarrassment. Well, now when you say it like that... When you say it like that, now you actually do have a good point, and now I feel stupid. Thank you. Okay, that's nice and saucy enough. It's like a good chocolate pudding now. Damn, that really hurts though. The worst thing about getting burns is not really the burns, but now having to go take a bath or a shower now. That's the worst part about getting burns. Less about the burns, more about the aftermath that has to come afterwards, you know? Now I have to go take a shower later on today, and that's gonna be so painful. Jeez. Cold water, ice. I don't have ice, but I have cold water, so... Alright. Here, let me just go grab some peas. There we go. Good old frozen peas. Can't go wrong with that. Alright. Oh, okay. So, I just checked on the Eclairs. No! Okay, so... They're good, but there's something a little wrong with them. Can you tell what's wrong with them? Because I honestly don't know actually what's wrong with them. Oh man. Okay. Whew. First I burned my hand, now I just wasted 5 eggs. Hiya. Alright, well, what about the box? Actually, they just look funky. They just look funky, that's it. They're not burnt. Okay, that was the thing I was worried about. Like, oh no, they're gonna be burned. Actually, these are salvageable. These can work. I got this now. Oh god, the blisters from burns are annoying too. Oh yeah, the blisterings? That's annoying. Ugh. No, they deflated! No! Oh well. They'll still make it to good Eclairs. The only thing I can see wrong with them is that the Eclairs is they're not in my belly. Well, that's very kind to give me such uplifting things, but... no, they're not the perfect kind of Eclair I want. They're not my kind of Eclairs. They're not perfect. Wow. Now, they're not terrible though. They're just now kind of collapsing, which kind of makes me sad. But we can make it work. The cream puffs are going to be a lot easier. But, okay. That being said, Dree, I know you said I should do pastry cream. However, You know what's easier than pastry cream? whipped cream. So we're gonna do whipped cream instead. Not only because that's easier to do and easier to fill, but also it's gonna be good to hold my hand against something cold, right? But here, as punishment, I guess, for lying to you all, deceiving you all yet again, I'm gonna do it by hand. Ah yes, making whipped cream by hand. What a fun thing to do. Right. I'm putting my hand on the bottom of the bowl here. It feels nice, it's cold. Yeah, we're just gonna make whipped cream now. So, how is your guys' day? We're gonna be here for a hot minute. Actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna actually do a little neat trick here. Hopefully this will stabilize my bowl a bit. And I'm gonna go grab that thing of peas. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I have a block of fish. I have a frozen block of fish. I'm just gonna hold on to this for a minute. That's nice cold. Ooh, nice. I witnessed the true salty pain for the first time. Yeah, the first time I've had physical pain. Ouchies. And it's kind of funny, because I haven't actually burned myself this bad, even at work, for quite some time. But, yeah, this is a pretty bad burn, and it's kind of kind of unfortunate, because I don't have any meat to, like, I guess, nurture my hand now. Especially since I'm at home. I got nothing. I don't even got ice. I got frozen fish blocks, and that's pretty much what I got to work with here. Pretty good. No second degree burn so far. Yeah. It's not blistering, so that's a good sign. Hey, Sai, you seem to be familiar with it. What's worse, a first or second degree burn? Because I honestly do not remember. I can't remember if a first degree burn is bad, or is it the third degree burn is bad. What's worse? Can't remember. It's nice to do this with one hand though, because like, yeah, I'm just kind of going like this. Thirds are the worst. Okay, then I might have just gotten a first degree burn. Alright, we're making progress. I think there's fourth degree burns? Didn't think that was a thing. But I'll take your word for it. Because I always get the first and third degree burns mixed up. So, never remember. Yeah, my hand hurts now. Not from mixing, but from the burn. It kind of stings. Oh, so I guess so I do actually have a little fun story, another fun story. And it does actually pertain to the pate choux, because I remember during this class we had, when we were learning about how to make pate choux, a lot of the students went to me a lot of the other students were like, hey, Salty, can you tell me how you do this? How do you make your pate choux good? How do you cook it correctly? And it's kind of funny, because like, I'm not a pastry major of any sorts, but I really wanted to be a pastry major, I guess. So I was kind of more into the class than all my fellow culinary students. But it's funny, because during those classes we would take, a lot of people would come for me for insight. Like, oh hey, please, Salty, help me, Salty, help. And it's like, hey, I appreciate that you have trust in me, but don't you think that, you know, since you're in a class, and I'm very willing to help you, that maybe you learn on your own. You know, make mistakes. Making mistakes is not a bad thing. You might get a bad grade, but like, this is cooking. It's not that deep. But I digress. Man, it's definitely getting tired at this point. Flirts are potentially life-threatening ones because of infection and stuff. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Slowly but surely, we're slowly getting whipped cream. The worst thing about doing whipped cream, though, is that now I have to actually let the cream puffs cool off now. I'm just hoping that... I gotta make this whipped cream really, really stiff. That's the thing now. Because it's gonna melt if I just throw it into these while they're nice and hot. If anything, I actually might just really quickly open one of these bad boys up. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely... Okay, it definitely is cooked. Oh yeah, we can make cream puffs. Oh, no problem. We got cream puffs here. Here, I gotta actually add some sugar to this now. I forgot. Just because it makes it sweeter and helps stabilize a little bit. Not sure about that second part, but the sweetness is definite. But yeah, there was a lot of stupid stuff I did at college in the sense of like, oh yeah, I'm just dumb. The lingerie thing was probably the highlight. That's probably the one of the stupider things I've said. I don't know, I didn't really go out much during my college time. I just remember having really silly, stupid, small moments like that, and that's about that. Oh, you know what this also needs? It needs vanilla. A little bit of vanilla. Okay, well, a lot of a little, but hey! Who doesn't like a lot of vanilla? This until it turns into like thick. Like I want this so thick that we are going to be so close to making butter thick. So actually, thinking about whipping cream, I remember one of my coworkers. So they're part of the front of the house, but they got really bored one day, so they got like a cup of cream, and I guess they used it for their coffee initially. But eventually they kind of admitted that they just got really bored and started getting a fork and whipping it by hand. I admire this man's dedication, because he was whipping this cup of cream with a fork for a good few minutes then. And then eventually he actually ended up making cream. And then soon he made that cream, which was this is the funnier thing, he made that cream into butter. That man had a sheer large amount of boredom that he made butter by hand with a fork and a dream. That's not something that most people are willing to go out and do, so my respect to that guy. He has my respect. But man, it was a very boring day that time, so I don't blame him. Alright. Well, these aren't going to be the prettiest looking cream puffs, but at the very least, I do want to try to make one with what we got. This is a good whipped cream, so... And I'm going to just cake the top with chocolate here, and crown our prince. There we go. It's a very silly looking cream puff. Barely looks like one. But it's a cream puff nonetheless. Not puffed with too much cream, but with cream nonetheless. Here, let me try and actually see if I can fill it up the not traditional but the right way. So go to the side here and just start filling it with cream. Oh! Oh! It has life! It has life yet! Alright, hold on. Wow! Look at that. That kind of worked. Wow. Yeah, just stuff it with cream, and then now it's all fine. Woohoo! I suppose I should do one for the Eclair now, huh? I think I'm going to try and get a smaller thing, so I can inject it into the Eclairs and just make a nice little thing with that. Alright. Here, I'm going to throw this back in here. Alright, good. Now I'm just going to make a little hole right here, my finger, and here we go, stuffing, the creaming. Oh, oh, that's good enough. Hey, look at that. All right, now I need a little chocolate on top. There we go. Hey! That's not so bad, Alright, maybe one more. Because I only have enough cream for one more. Hey! That's not bad. Okay, this was a little bit more of a success than I thought it'd be. Cream puffs. Look at that. There is one more thing I want to add to these cream puffs. I want to add a bit of powdered sugar to them as well. Actually, I don't have a duster, so... Alright, I gotta take a picture of this stuff real quick. Before it melts. Alright. And here... I didn't fill with any pastry cream of the sort, but hey, we at least have a few Eclairs and cream puffs. And yeah, fun fact, the only difference between the Eclair and a cream puff is one is rectangular, one is more of an oval, one is more of a circle. So with the one Eclair I have, I suppose I should give it a try, no? Alright, let's see here. Time to give it a taste. Oh, I got all over my face. Oh, there's cream everywhere. Oh. Ah. Alright, well, first and foremost, very tasty. Next thing on the manner, oh my god, this is a mess. Oh. It's on my chin and everything. Oh. Alright, you know what? I just gotta commit. Oh. Ah. Ah. It's very good. I just feel like a mess right now. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm actually gonna really quickly grab some of these. Grab these two at least and throw them in the freezer. Just because they'll last better in there, so I'm gonna throw them in there. Ooh, okay. Ah! Oh, come on. No, fit. No, fit, please. Ah. Stay in there. My food from my freezer's trying to escape. Okay, there we go. Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna just throw this stuff away. I'm gonna throw this stuff into my dishwasher. Oh boy, what a mess. Hey. Alright, actually, I think... Okay, I'm actually gonna switch screens real quick. Here, give me a sec. I'm actually gonna switch screens real quick. And, hold on. I'm gonna send you guys to BRB, and then I'm gonna eat this one a little bit more properly. So, here, give me a sec. I'm gonna send you guys on BRB for now, and yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Oh, sorry, I just realized we're on the wrong screen. That's alright. Same difference, really. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Well, here we go. Oh, shoot. Alright, sorry. Okay, so these are the cream puffs. Turned out pretty nicely. The chocolate saucing could have been better. I'm actually kind of surprised. The chocolate sauce isn't too bad. It's, chocolate. It's nice, it's rich, it's chocolatey, you know, and it's nice and wet and spreadable, I guess. I'm not very good with, what's it? With food, like normal food, I'm very good at explaining. When it comes to explaining pastries and stuff, you lost me. I have no idea how to explain this. Like, I don't know, what makes a good cream puff, you know? It's stuffed full of cream, has nice chocolate, and has a nice shell. But this thing definitely has a lot of stuffing. Their chocolate is... You can taste the chocolate. It's not overbearing. And the shell itself actually does taste good. So, hey, that's a win. But this is very much of a messy thing to eat. Oh my god. I'm actually like eating this like a burger, funny enough. It's so wet. And that's because it's still hot. So, you know, that's gonna happen. When it's still hot and you use something like whipped cream, it's going to, you know, melt. The whipped cream though is good. The way I make whipped cream, I try to make it taste as closely as possible to ice cream as I can. So it's almost like having ice cream in between some nice cream puff. I would say, oh yeah, I should probably definitely try it making this again, because I didn't really do good the first time. But to be honest, one, it's actually quite a pricey thing to make in my what is it, in my budgeting, because I use a whole stick and 5 eggs. Oh my god, eggs are getting so expensive nowadays. It's not even funny. Like, I went shopping the other day at my local grocer and stuff like that. My goodness. I buy eggs by like 2.5 dozen. So, you know, it's gonna be like a very steep price. It's gonna be like $6 or $7. But the next 2 weeks actually, it jumped from $7 to $10. So, yeah, it was like, oh geez, that is quite the hefty price point. So I ended up just buying the, what is it? The smaller pack instead. Because funny enough, buying the smaller pack was actually cheaper. So yeah. And also, I kind of forgot about this, but it's gonna sound really stupid when I do say this out loud. But I went to a bakery today, and I have more sweets to eat, and I already had 2 eclairs, and I'm full. And I still want to eat dinner as well. So, I want to eat dinner still. I'm full of food, but I want to eat like some real food. So, But not gonna lie, either way around it, not bad. For cream puffs, they're not that great. But for me not making a cream puff for quite some time, let's say like 5 years, these aren't bad. So hey, I can't give myself too much of a hard time here. What are you going to eat? That's a good question. I think I might actually make myself... I have not noodles, but I might cook some noodles. But, I've made some really, really good chicken noodle soup. Like, I used some of my really good chicken stock. I used, some fresh herbs from my garden. What's it? I also got, I don't know, I just got good stuff. I got a lot of good stuff for it. And I simmered my chicken noodle soup for at least 2 hours. So it's like nice, very nicely reduced. And it's so good that it actually does have a, what is it? It has I don't know how to explain this. It's good. It was just very good. It's very tasty. I gave it a little bit of taste here and there. It was a very tasty soup. So very tasty soup. Good soup. Very excited to have it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna even have enough what is it? I'm not even sure if I'm gonna have enough what is it called? What you call it? If I'm gonna have enough space in my stomach to eat it all, I guess. And I'm just like gripping onto my cup right now. Gripping onto my like porcelain cup, hopefully just to make my hand a little bit less burnt. Damn, 5 years is crazy. Yeah, I'm not really one to make sweets anymore. I don't really cook on the sweet side of things anymore. I'm more of a bread baker, really. If we're dancing around this idea that I'm a baker, yes, I am a baker in most regards. Most would regard me as a baker. But my forte, my expertise is actually really bread. Today we decided to do something a little bit different. I wanted to try and do eclairs because honestly I was just in the mood for some really good eclairs. At least hit the spot, so hey, I'm happy at the end of the day. But I also know like, no, they're not as good as I know they can be. La 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 la. But I can't get too upset of it. They're tasty, they're good, and that's all that matters. And also, considering that I'm the only one eating it, and I'm not giving it to someone else who's buying it, for example, I don't really need to feel so upset about it. But my perfectionism is like, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, it's not good enough. So, let's see. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, bread. So yeah, I'm a mostly bread guy. Hold on, let me see if I can actually get some pictures of my bread. Bread. Here's actually a loaf of bread I made recently. I can definitely say without a doubt in my mind, I'm a lot more proud of my bread than anything else. It's my forte, it's my thing. It's my thing that I work the hardest with. So I feel a little bit better about it. This is the same loaf, by the way, but yeah. Just different angles, they have a different look to it. You don't have medicine to treat the burns at all? No. This is one of the first times I've ever burnt myself in my house before. I don't usually ever burn my hands at all. Very rarely do I burn myself, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of shocked that I actually did burn myself as bad as I did. A good first degree. My hand's a little shiny from the burn, so yeah. So I'm just like looking around for like pictures of bread. And I do got a lot of pictures of bread, so yeah, shiny burns. Yeah, shiny burns. It's an 8.2. Hold on, wait. It's a 1 in 4,096 chance of getting this. It's so funny. It's a shiny burn. You can shoot me now. Jeez. The burn hurts though. It does. I wish I had actual ice so I could make myself like a nice ice pack, but I don't have that luxury. I could probably freeze some water, but at that point, if I freeze the water and do that whatnot, I'm probably gonna feel fine after the fact, so it's kind of not worth it. What is it now? Suck it up. I am. Listen, a burn is something I'm familiar with. I've burned myself several times at my job. I've had this one burn. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it a lot. But you know when I show you guys my little bruise I have on my arm? That's not a bruise. That's a scar. It's kind of funny how I got it. I got this scar from my job, and I got water on it, but it was like real boiling water. And for some reason, that blistered and bursted the same day. It was rough. It was really bad. But you know what's funnier? I've had oil burns on that same spot. I've had oil burns on my hands and all that whatnot. And you think like, oh, oil's gonna be more painful than water. No. No. It always turns out that the water is more painful than the oil, which is kind of crazy in my head. Like, oh, how is oil not as effective at burning my body than water? What, does my body just absorb the boiling water? Go like, ah, this hurts. And instead of like the oiling oil, it's like, oh, that hurts, but I'm not absorbing it. Like, I don't understand. Hold on, actually, you know, you do. Let me go actually get a cloth inside. I'll go get a cloth. I'll try and practice self-care. How dare you? I don't want to care about this. Oh, you know, there's like heinous I want to talk about because. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Alright. Wrapping up the hand. So, we all know about my good friend Mip. Nippy? Nipperson. Nipyun. I hope you would know about her. She's a funny lass. Very funny gal she is. I got a DM from one of her pals recently, and I'm exposing her for this because I'm so upset about it. It's so upsetting. It's disgusting, one would even say. It's tragic, truly tragic. But also just kind of the thing of, oh yeah, being a touch Asian, it hurts my heart just a lot more than I guess an average person would feel. But, hold on. Wow, my favorite girl failure. Here, let me get the smartboard out, alright? I'm gonna remove the pictures for now. But, let me grab the smartboard. Do you see this, chat? Do you see this? Does this make you mad? Does this make you sad and angry like me? I still gotta talk to Mip about this. I'm going to make sure that she doesn't live this down. How dare you! Mip, there's like 5 colonies! There's 5 colonies in there! Mipperson! She forgot her rice, I guess, in the rice cooker, and that thing is molding. What's she trying to summon in there? I don't know. There's so many colors, and I don't know if she cleaned it properly. But like, she needs to boil that thing in vinegar, boil it in soapy water, boil it in water, and then sterilize it again with vinegar, scrub it with soap again, and then rinse it with water. Like, that thing is nasty. Ugh. It makes me sad. It makes me so... It's like a petri dish of... Not it. That's not it. You know, it is what it is, I guess you would say. What is she trying to summon in there? Who knows? I don't know. But... Does MIP have a microscope to appreciate the microbiology project? You know, I'm gonna say some Gordon Ramsay stuff to her, just because I think it'd be funny. Like, this thing is so active, it's making mycelium look slow. I don't know. It's not what it is. Yeah. No. No. Alright. So, my hand is burning. Let's see. Let me see if I can send you guys off to someone, yeah? Alright. Do you guys want to watch Papers, please? I'm gonna send you off to my good old pally, girl, bossy friend, I guess. We're gonna send you to Goosey B. Maybe she's getting on the ecosystem meta and building one in Rice. Interesting meta. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past her for doing something like that. Alright, well. Here's our raid messages that we're going to use. I hope you join us on this raid. We're gonna go say hi to my good friend Gooby. And I'm not gonna lie, my hand really hurts. I'm gonna go see if I do actually have some burn cream or something like that around, because this really does hurt. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. I probably might do a gorilla tomorrow, or something sometime soon. We might do another stream, a pop-up stream sometime soon. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you'll have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. I will see you around later. And yeah, Saltea Kichee everyone, and ciao. Bye-bye.